Yeah, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Whiskey's Adventures. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty daggone good. So it's Friday morning. It's around 7:30 a.m. I got out here last night. Time I got here, got set up, and got settled in, it was almost 10 o'clock last night, I believe. 10:30, something like that. I can't quite remember. I know it was late. Time I got off work Thursday and drove all the way out here 2.5 hours, something like that. And then we had to hike in. Ended up having a later day at work yesterday, and I was hoping to be off early so I could get out here daylight, get set up, cut firewood, and do some prep work for the camp last night. But unfortunately, the job took me way past 5 o'clock, so I didn't get on the road and get out here till late. But we still made it. I'm off today, Friday. I took today off. I'm already off Monday for was it Labor Day? Is it Memorial? I always forget what the holiday is. I think it's Labor Day. It might be Memorial Day. It might be Labor Day. September Labor. I think it's Labor Day. So either way, I'm off Monday for the Labor Day weekend, and I took today off of work and used some PTO to have a 4-day weekend. So I plan on spending 4 days out here in the forest. Mama Bear may join me Sunday night, and I may have a subscriber show up with some point, I think today. I'm waiting on him to get off work, and he's going to confirm if he's going to be able to make it or not. So I may have some visitors over this 4-day weekend, or I might just be a solo trip this weekend. I'm not quite sure. We'll just have to wait and see who shows up. Originally, when I planned this trip, I was just going to do a day here and then break down and hike camp and set up somewhere else and just kind of do 4 little different spots. But then my hot stove and hot tent and everything showed up. I'm like, you know what? I want to get this tent set up. I want to learn how to use it. Y'all see it behind me? It's brand new. First time setting it up in the dark last night, so don't look too bad for doing that in the dark time. But I want to learn how to use that before we got winter out. I did bring out the hot stove. I really don't need the hot stove. Um, it's only supposed to get down to last night. I think it got 58 degrees in the or throughout the night, 56 degrees at night. So it's Fahrenheit. So I don't really need it, but I want to play with it. So I brought the hot stove out too. I wanted to cook coffee and cook eggs on it and everything else. So I went ahead and brought the hot stove. I'll just leave the doors open on the tent so it doesn't cook me out when I cook breakfast tomorrow on it. But it's a 4-day weekend, folks, out here in the forest. So I'm going to keep this fire going, get my coffee going, have me a morning cup of coffee. Probably call Mama Bear, make sure she's getting the kids off to school with no problems and all that good stuff. So we'll tune in with y'all in a little bit. Holla at your boy. What's up, everybody? So I had my coffee, my breakfast cleaned up. It's about 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. I've just been sitting here relaxing, watching the fire, just enjoying Mother Nature. Every now and then I get a plane that flies above, but just enjoying the sounds of Mother Nature out here. Nobody around anywhere for probably a good little while. I don't imagine there being Betty in the forest until later today when most people start getting off work. So it was a good thing I got out here last night because this is definitely a used site. Somebody uses this site quite regularly. Um, I gotta say that tropical storm it blew up through here, it did a lot of damage. I was only here less than a month ago. I actually, Al Hunter and I camped at the bottom of the hill. Um, I think it was the last video Al Hunter was in. Her and I, damn plane up there. Her and I camped at the bottom of the hill right next to the river reservoir down there. And I walked Mama Bear back here when she picked us up so she could see it because I've been wanting her to come here to camp. none of these trees were down. There's trees down everywhere from the storm that went through here. So they must have got hit with high winds here. There's a lot of trees. The good part about that is there's plenty of firewood. I thought the wood probably wouldn't be good for firewood because it'd be wet on the inside. But that's the only thing I've been using. I've been cutting up the stuff that's fallen down from the storm. It was a little bit of a pain to get the fire going, but it's been easy to keep it going. And there's plenty of firewood all around me now that's on the ground. Now, don't get me wrong, half of the stuff on the ground is dead standing, but there's some pretty decent sized trees down the ground too. So, but let's go ahead and give you guys a tour of the new tent real quick and show you how the setup is. And all right, so it's a One Tigris hammock hot tent. Now I chose this hammock hot tent for 2 reasons. One, I love sleeping in my hammock, and now I can have a hot tent and still sleep in my hammock. Or B, like I'm doing this weekend, I don't have to use a hammock, and I can put my cot in there. So before we get going in there, I'm using trekking poles because, like I said, I got in late last night, and I didn't feel like finding branches of wood and everything. So I just put trekking poles in place for my corners. But you don't even need the trekking poles. You don't need anything in the corners. You can just guide it out and everything, or cut pieces of branches, wood, whatever, and use those, right? But so on the 4 corners, I've got trekking poles, and then the center guide point, I just guided out, and it's got stake there, stake there, stake there. I have both doors open to get the condensation out of the tent from last night. So there you go. And what's cool about this is not a review video, by the way. What's cool about this is these guide things here. You can push this and you can cinch them even tighter. So it's cool. You don't have to. It's pretty cool. Now it's got ridgeline points all the way across, so you can run a ridgeline across and hang off the ridgeline, or you can hang it off this. It's got adjustable straps. It's also got the little hole here, so if you have the poles, you can stick a pole in there, and then guide the corner down to the ground. So there's multiple different ways of setting this up. Now, because it was dark and I couldn't really see what I was doing, originally I was going to run a guideline all the way across, and so I could use all points to take, so it's not just stress on the 2 corners of the tent. But it was dark, so after watching review videos on this, those 2 points without the ridgeline, it's made to be hung this way as well. All the guide points are heavy. I mean, this thing is nice. Lone Wolf designed this tent, from what my understanding is, but I guess he had a falling out with him, so he no longer deals with One Tigris. But on Amazon, man, the price point for it, I couldn't pass it up. I've been wanting a hammock hot tent. This thing is cool. It's pretty cool. Again, it's the same on this side too. It comes pre-cut. That's already pre-cut. It comes with 2 of them. 2 of these. You just Velcro it on, cinch the thing up, and the hole's pre-cut, and it comes with 2 of them. So you don't even have to swap it from there to there. You can just install them both if you wanted, I guess. But it comes with 2 of those stove jacks, and it's got 2 different ways you can vent it out. You know what I mean? I always vent mine out through the top, so that's what I chose. And again, I don't need the hot stove tonight or at all this weekend. It ain't supposed to get much more below about 56 degrees Fahrenheit, so that's not cold enough for a hot stove. But I wanted to, if I was going to bring the tent out and learn how to set this tent up before winter got here, I figured why not bring the stove. I can still open the doors and cook on it and everything else and still have fun with the stove instead of waiting until winter. So why not, right? And then I did a short on this thing already. So you can find a short I did in this video, and I did a 4-hour test burn. It's freaking banging. One Tigris, that too. It's an awesome stove. It's definitely better than the other piece of junk. The first hot stove I owned, it fell apart on me. But I got a full-size cot in here. Oh, let me back up some. Full-size cot in here. I didn't even bring the short camping cot. I just brought the full-size cot. Got my cooler. There's plenty of room. You can actually turn that cot sideways and set it right here against this door and just leave this door closed, and you would have all that room to fit, either more people or whatever. This is a setup I chose for this trip. And then with my camping chair that's out there by the fire, I just bring it in here and sit there with my little table. But it's a pretty cool setup, folks. I'm liking it so far. First night was a success. Condensation, but that's the problem you're going to have with most tents. So, and another thing I like about, because the hammock hot tent, is when you pull this zipper down, there's another set of zippers here where you can put your hammock straps through. I did bring my hammock with me too, because at some point this 4-day weekend, I'm probably going to break down the cot and hang my hammock up in here and give it a try too. I'm giving this tent a full run this weekend. And then later, once I've used the tent quite a bit and through its first winter and all that, we'll do a solid review video on it. But I'm definitely digging it so far. No complaints last night, first night. I got 3 more nights out here, because today is Friday, so I got Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I'm hoping Mama Bear is going to show up Sunday night with the girls, and they camp out here one night with me. If they do, I'll just break down the hot stove and we'll put all 4 cots in there. Alright. So I'm going to continue to chillax. Actually, I need to get some food in me. So I'm going to get my lunch cooked up. It's just oodles and noodles. I'm not going to show you all that. And then once I'm done eating lunch, I'm going to start processing up wood and get all the wood processed up so I can go play and start venturing out. So, yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to go eat my lunch now, folks, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Holler at your boy. Alright, so I got enough wood over there cut, split to get a good fire going. In the longer pieces, I'm just going to burn in half and burn in sections so I don't have to spend all day cutting. And then I've got enough cut, split, and stacked inside the hot tent for tomorrow's breakfast, because I'm going to be cooking eggs on top of that hot stove and doing my coffee tomorrow morning, cooking off that hot stove. I don't foresee myself starting a hot stove tonight. I'll probably just sit out here by the fire out here. But if I do start the hot stove tonight, I've got enough wood for tonight and tomorrow. And if I do it tonight, it's just for looks, just to play the stove, because it's not going to get below, we're talking 56, 57, 8, 7 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's not going to get cold enough for the hot stove. So it'll just be to play with. But I do want to cook on it and use it in the tent. And I'm just too impatient waiting until winter time. So I've worked up a sweat and got myself wore out by cutting all that wood. Had to cut some of it up out there in the woods and drag it up because it was just too big. So the time I dragged it all up and cut it all and processed what I was going to process for tonight, wore out. I'm going to sit down, relax, enjoy me. I guess I got to go get another Mountain Dew. But I'm going to enjoy a Mountain Dew and let the old heart rate slow down so I can let my body cool back down. I'm debating on putting shorts on, to be honest with you, because I'm getting quite warm, but it's probably because I've been working too. Today's temps, I think it was only supposed to get up to 81 degrees Fahrenheit, so we're getting out of our triple digits with the heat index, or at least for this entire weekend. It's supposed to be only highs in the low 80s, and then the lows are in the mid to high 50s, so it's kind of almost perfect for camping, But I'm going to sit here and enjoy my dew. It's absolutely beautiful up here. Look at that view. It's really pretty when the leaves are off, where you can see the whole river reservoir down there. Should drop off right here. Feel a nice breeze coming off the water back up on this rock. It's absolutely beautiful. I think I'm just going to sit here for a little bit, good 15, 20, 30 minutes or so, and watch Mother Nature. It's beautiful out here, ain't it? This is why I come camping, to get away from everybody. All right, well, I'm just going to sit back and relax, folks. Enjoy the view. Well, folks, it's dinner time. I'm getting hungry. So I got Diddy Moore beef stew for dinner. Tonight, I talked to Mama Bear, her, Al Hunter, Chloe Bowie, and Ethan's all coming up Sunday. So the last night I'm out here Sunday into Monday, they're going to be here for it. Which means Mama Bear's probably going to bring steak out, so I'm going to be eating steak Sunday night. Most likely. So it's pepper. Some salt. Two packs of mild sauce. Taco Bell mild sauce. I got these good gloves with my hot stove, so I might as well use them to. In fact, let me get a stick. That's ready. I'm gonna let that cool down for a minute. In fact, take the lid off of it so it can. Add some more wood. I'm just gonna get this out of the wood pile so I don't have to go cut wood real quick. It's getting late enough in the day too. I've got enough. Put a couple pieces on here and get this going good. Oh, this looks good. The handle's still hot though. It's definitely hot. Dinner, dinner, dinner. It's been a good day. I will say that. And that's hot. Yeah, it's been a good day. It's been a nice, relaxing day. I went exploring down by the water just a little bit, not a whole lot. Chopped up enough wood to get me through today and part of tomorrow. and just been sitting back and relaxing. I actually fell asleep in this chair with my feet propped up on the log earlier too, so it's just been so peaceful and so relaxing. It's like heaven. mm. Well, I'm going to eat, folks. Enjoy my dinner. Like I said, I'll probably end up cooking up 2 cans of this, but I'm going to eat, enjoy this, and we'll be back with y'all after dinner. Probably right before it gets dark, or right when it gets dark, we'll bring y'all back. Good morning, everybody. Everybody sleep last night. Slept pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, I'm going to get my morning coffee going, get my breakfast going. We're going to start my day today. So I got some visitors that showed up here at camp with me, and we'll be hanging out with them today doing some four-wheeling through the trails. We'll take y'all along for the adventure. Unfortunately, y'all are going to have to wait until next episode to watch it, because we're going to cut the episode off here for this week. Appreciate all of our viewers. Appreciate all of our subscribers. If you made this far in the video, hit the subscribe button for us. Hit the like button. And leave us a comment below. Appreciate everybody watching. Until next time, holla at your boy.